Welcome back to my Let's Play for Pokemon Silver and my Mono Psychic run. Yeah, I've done some serious grinding to get this team ready, because that last executive has a Houndoom, so we're going to need a way to get past it, which means we're going to need some superior levels, or at least getting ourselves up to its level, which means these grunts are now so outclassed it's not even funny, because I got like 10 levels on all of them. At least on a lot of my Pokemon, they got like 10 levels. A few, like, Execute are still about on par with them, but yeah. I'm not expecting much of a fight from any of these jokers at this point, besides the last one. Maybe the female executive will put up a bit of a fight, but I think Murkrow is going to go down with like one Ice or Thunder Punch easily enough. It's getting past Houndoom, that's the question, because I can't hit with my Psychic powers, and it's not really vulnerable to most of the attacks I have unless I want to send out Unown out there. Which I guess is a possibility I can try and set up for with some agilities and a Baton Pass maybe, but that means I'm going to have to switch in to Unown onto Houndoom, which may not work out itself just because it might just take me down in one shot. Even if I'm fast enough, you know, to throw an attack out there before it gets a second shot at me, it might only need just that one. Let's face it, Unown is not exactly a legendary Pokemon by any stretch of the imagination, so I'm not expecting much from it. You think by now, though, I'd have like something better than Confusion for a main Psychic attack, right? I mean, we're still relying on one of the least powerful Psychic moves that you're gonna see throughout the games anyway. But I guess it's still better than Tackle, but darn. It's just... I'd like to get Psybeam or something, you know? I think it would help. Well, let's just keep going this way. After all, we gotta switch these shutters off in your 3, 2, 1 order to get where we want to go, so... I'll just keep making a beeline. Well, if we could run, this would be so much faster instead of just slowly walking around, you know? Well, here goes some more Psychic attacks. Come on, Coughing. Just fall down for me, will you? Okay. I mean, I'll give it some credit. These Coughing is worth as much experience as a Tentacruel. Yeah. There is that going for him. It's definitely a noticeable amount. I'm not exactly sure why they get so much. First, that's like asking why these Mucks always start out with Harden or like Minimize instead of going for a Sludge attack. So let's face it, if they realize what they're up against, you think they'd be like, oh man, I'm so boned just because of type disadvantage, and just go for the powerful Poison attack right away to try and at least do some sustained damage over time. I mean, it is, you know, as many of them as they have against me, so take advantage of your numbers to just slowly wheel my health down to the lower tiers, or force me to have to at least burn some money healing myself, or force me to be annoyed by having to retreat, instead of, you know, throwing out a Harden, which does jack squat for you. Yeah, why did they ditch this project? And what is this project exactly anyway? Is it meant to be like some sort of storage space? And if so, isn't it sort of strange to have storage lockers that open up into other people's storage lockers? I mean, I don't know if I'd want to do business with a place like that. I'd be too worried about people going through my storage locker that they'd steal my stuff. Ugh. That's just bad design right there. Or is this meant to be for, like, the department store or something? So it's, like, extra storage for, like, whoever owns the entire building. Because we'll just assume one person owns the entire gosh darn thing. And therefore, they don't have to worry about anyone stealing their stuff, because all the stuff down there belongs to them. That doesn't make sense either, because it's not exactly right underneath it where we're at. I mean, I guess we're going to be moving into a spot like that, but the shutters would still get in your way, because the access for them is over on this side. Just terrible deployment all around. No wonder they abandoned the project. They realized how dumb it was. Oh, come on, Duncan. You ain't got a ghost of a chance here. It's not like Ramirez is going to step in to save you. But I guess that's more of a Connor thing than a Duncan one, because Duncan, I don't think, ever even met Ramirez. I mean, they did try combining the two shows, so maybe Duncan met Ramirez, but I'm pretty sure Ramirez died before Duncan would have been around. Yeah, he did die. Before then. Whatever. Just take down Magmar. Ooh, it actually survived. I'm surprised. It took that stomp attack and it still managed to stand up afterwards. If only just. It was forced to take a knee, but it did not fall. Unlike this thing, which will fall instantly. Okay. That takes care of pretty much everyone in this room, except for one. One of the few female rockets you actually run across in the entire game. Like, there's so few female rockets, it's always been a bit weird to me they even bothered. Like what, 1-3 or 1-4 Team Rocket members are apparently female, it seems like. You think the ratio would be a bit higher for some reason, you know? I don't know, I just figure you see more like 1 or 2 of these, like, an entire game. I guess it's probably closer to like 4 or 5, but still, it's pretty darn low. I guess I could have stomped it first, but I honestly figured I could hit with Confusion and win, and I was right. Well, no new move for us, huh? Darn. I really wanted a new move. You disappoint me, game. Oh, let's give that kick to the face, then. Ooh, it's not as good as hitting with Confusion. That's a bit disappointing. I guess our physical attack's lagging just a little bit behind our special attack here. Well, send some to Mom, and I guess, yeah, we should open up this emergency shutter here. At least we're making good timing, I guess. That's mostly because we're curb stomping everyone that gets in our way. Oh, that's right, you got some rats, don't you? Jeez. I just wish Team Rocket in Generation 2 had more variety. You don't see any Drowsies or Machops really in their entire organization, and it's a bit disappointing, because if they at least a more diverse group of Pokemon trainers, they'd be more threatening as an evil organization, because you wouldn't be able to just bring one Pokemon to wipe out their entire group. Like, I couldn't just go around, you know, with spamming, like, one move over and over and over again to win. But they basically set themselves up so you actually can do that, and I don't get why. Like, is the requirement for Team Rocket that when you join them, you have to take a poison Pokemon or a rat, because everyone hates rats, and they're, like, you know, you gotta have those Pokemon everyone hates because of their poison abilities or something? Like, is it some sort of job requirement? And if so, why? Like, why would you hinder your team members so much by making them use all, like, the same Pokemon? So if you run across a trainer that specializes in certain types of Pokemon, they'd just all be shredded. Like, instantly. Like, until their opponent ran out of power points for their moves. Like, it's a design decision that doesn't make much sense to me if you're heading an evil organization. You think you'd want teams to spread out as much as possible in terms of their movesets and Pokemon they use. Instead, they seem to all focus on just a small handful of Pokemon in a simple band. And then you just can easily wipe them out if you have Pokemon that can abuse those bands. Like having a fighting Pokemon that can hit up the Rattatas and stuff, you know, for massive damage, or a Psychic Pokemon that can sweep through their poison Pokemon. So, like I said, their overall design decision just doesn't make much sense to me for an evil organization. I mean, I guess for the developers it made sense, because usually when you see trainers, you know what to start off with when you're walking around, at least if you can see them in advance. Like, yo, this trainer usually uses this kind of Pokemon, or they'll usually start off with this Pokemon. Like, if you see a Hiker, you already know it's either going to be a Machop, Machoke, or it's going to be some sort of rock Pokemon like Onix, Geodude, Graveler, something of that nature, so it's easy to pick something that can set up on them. Which I guess is the point, but you could already take some of the enjoyability out of the fight, since you always know what to start with, usually, or at least a good idea. So it takes a lot of the difficulty out of the game, which I guess was some of the point. Because these games are meant for much younger kids, so making the games hard would be counterproductive, I guess. Because you don't want them to want to drop the game and then just throw it to the side. But I imagine for more competitive players, these story modes get really, really boring, and you just want to get to the good stuff, which would be competitive battle. And if you're just a more casual player, you find yourself bored in the story mode because there's just not much challenge to it. There's only so many times I can play this, and now I feel a bit annoyed by the fact that the amount of teams really aren't restricting myself that much unless I'm under-leveled and under-prepared. Which, let's face it, Houndoom is definitely something you want to be prepared for. Because without, like, Surf or something, you're going to have a hard time taking it out quickly. And even with Surf, I'm not sure that Slowbro's going to do a ton of damage to it, on the grounds that, well, Slowbro's slow as molasses, so it'll take a hit and have to absorb it first. Which is going to be difficult. Because Slowbro's not got the best special defense. If I wanted to go that route, I would have to make a Slow King. Wouldn't really change his move pool much, though. Let's give this, Amulet Coin to somebody. Yeah, we'll have a Luna hold it. After all, there's not like anyone better to hold it, really. Okay, to the first floor, and we need to get moving. Jeez. This episode might be like almost half the length of, the gold version, just because the gold team got hit first so many times, had to wait for so many attacks to go through. This Psychic Pokemon basically just been sweeping everybody up in like one hit. But I'm still gonna hit the Pokemon Center for some light healing. I mean, a Luna doesn't really need that much, but it's probably a good idea. Having some potions would probably help too, but I'm not gonna go into the mart and look for them at this point. Forget that noise. Probably could have saved a little time by riding the bike, but you know, whatever. Up the stairs we go. Oh yeah, we gotta go around. I skipped these trainers before, and I'm gonna skip them again. They're just not worth wasting time on at this point. Well, let's see. Yeah, I'll insert, alright. Well, no. Well, of course that had something to do with it. Why else would I just be walking through the shutter if I didn't open it from the other side? I mean, do you think I just have a key casually to get in here? I mean, I was asked by the director to help. And if I don't get rid of you guys, I can't face off against the next gym leader. So I'm sort of stuck dealing with you, even though I don't want to. Because I really don't care if Team Rocket owns the radio tower for the entire rest of the game if I didn't have to deal with them. Well, let's drop a Confusion and be done with it. Take some extra cash. To fuel our growing pocket change, you know? Because, let's face it, I'm going to need potions later. Up the yin-yang, I'm sure. I'm sure when we get to the dragons, they're going to be relatively easy to deal with, though. Because, let's face it, we got Ice Punch on our side. It's the Rock team I'm worried about there. Because the Rock team's got Jack Squall can throw against dragons, besides blowing themselves up. The dragons are probably going to be faster, pretty much guaranteed. And Kingdra's going to be a royal pain in the backside. I can see it now. I may have to try and get Rocky to set up some screeches, then go in and try and hope I get lucky and blow up early. Or I'm going to have to bring a lot of revives. And keep bringing myself back to life. And that way I can just burn through all of Kingdra's like really dangerous surf attacks and stuff. Then finish things off with a massive explosion after I've screeched it a few times. I suspect it's not going to be a straight fight, just because of its surf abilities and Dragonair having some surfs. It's not going to be fun dealing with the dragons on the rock run. They don't have very good counter options, which really hurts them. Honestly, I think he'll lose again anyway. I'm not expecting much of a threat from her in particular. Houndoom is intimidating. Murkrow, well, it's got weaknesses that are exploitable with Kadabra here, so it's just not much to worry about. I mean, she might be able to annoy me with Glare if she gets it off, but looks like she's gonna go for Wrap. It's not Gen 1, lady. Wrap's no longer a god tier move. I mean, it might stop me from running away, but that's not really my plan. Okay. Time to get out there with an Ice Punch. You don't want to mess with Kadabra at this point, because it actually does have Psychic, so it'll pretty much shred through you if you're not immune to its attacks. Like, bam, like just over. Sure, it doesn't get many shots with it, but hey, it doesn't need a ton if it can really do massive damage, right? Send it out. Okay. Psychic. That ought to do it. And we're good. Well, now, how to deal with Houndour? Well, we could use a Luna and just stomp on it. That'll probably be enough to pretty much take it out right then and there, to be honest. Houndour's not got the best of physical defenses. It's just hitting it hard enough, fast enough to matter. Plus, I like using the amulet coin, so starting off with it makes perfect sense to me. So, Luna's going out first. Okay, let's stomp. And there goes Houndour. Ooh, 39, huh? Well, now. We'll try getting Seed set up. I'm not gonna give it good odds. Let's face it, between Feint Attack and Bites and Ember, Houndoom can basically hit Seeds with stuff that's gonna hurt. Guaranteed. I mean, if I can take the attack, I'm gonna Seed it, obviously, which can slowly bleed it, but I didn't think Seeds was gonna last. I figure it's worth a shot, though. Try Ground. I'm guessing, again, we're gonna get swept here. Who actually took it? If only just barely. And it returned fire, alright. Hard. Not as hard as Houndoom hit, though. But at this point, it's over. Even if my Thunder Punch ain't gonna hurt it a ton, it'll probably hurt by enough just how powerful Alakazam is in the special attack department. So at this point, you know, battle's decided. Houndoom just wasn't enough. It definitely turned the tides a bit, but just one of them is not gonna be enough for him to win with. If you had a whole team of them, though, I'd probably be hurting a lot. And it's over. Okay. Oh, he's not here, so I don't think he can forgive you. Of course they came to Nod. You guys just aren't that strong. I mean, you gave my, Psychic Team a run for their money, but that's just because Houndoom's that awesome. Ugh. And being immune to Psychic attacks and having the edge on them with Feint and stuff, it'd definitely be a tough fight if you don't come with some decent levels on you. So I don't really care about getting, Lugia, to be honest. It just doesn't matter. Heck, I don't even know if it's Psychic type anyway. I think it might be pure water. I'd have to double check, but yeah. I don't think I can add to this team. Probably. Though that'll do for this episode. Next time, we're going to be heading to Blackthorn City. Until then, see ya.